Greetings, retirement fans. All right, so this is a quick video on how to retire early. All right, so early is kind of relative. You could retire next year, no pension. Okay, you can retire in a couple of years, no pension. So trying to get you guys to have an idea of when you can retire. And the way Tier 2 is set up is they are expecting you to retire at age 67. That's to receive your full benefits, okay? But we're going to talk a little bit about how to retire before 67, because 67, you're getting kind of old. Maybe you're not that old, okay? But maybe you want to enjoy the good life and retire a little bit early and not teach until 67. So let's just talk about that a little bit. So first of all, it's kind of structured that the earliest you actually can retire is 55 years old. And that's pretty much saying you start at age 22 and you retire at 55. So you'll have about 33 years in the system. Okay. So basically the deal is you need to start saving $120 a week if you're 22 years old. That's the basic of this whole thing. You got to start saving $120 per week if you're 22 years old, and then you can retire at 55 years old. Okay? So let's talk about a little bit. First of all, it says here QR code for my retirement video. I'm making the video right now, so we don't have the QR code, but it'll be there. Okay. So first of all, the first thing here is how long do you want to work? Okay, and I made a bunch of scenarios here. If you work until you're 67 and you collect a full pension, basically what you do is, the way the full pension works is you're going to get 75% of the average of the highest 8 consecutive years of the last 10 years of service. Okay? So basically, if your current maximum is 75% of $110,000, which is the maximum you can right now, and that may change in the future, okay, but right now TRS says, hey, the most you can make is $110,000, and which is 75% of that, which means $82,500. So this is actually kind of a magic number right here, $82,500. That is what your pension is going to look like to maximize your pension. Okay, so what we want to do is you want that pension at 67. And here, the deal, if you look a little bit below this right here, okay, I'm telling you, you can work until between 62 and 66, so you can work less years and collect your pension when you retire. Okay, and that's fine, but you get a penalty of 6% for every year that you collect your pension before 67. You don't want to do that. That's a horrible penalty. Horrible penalty. So the deal is, if you retire at age 66, you lose, you go from $82,500 down to $75,900. You lose like $7,000, 60, a little less than $7,000. That's a huge amount of money. And then you retire another year earlier than that, you're down to $69,300, $62,700. So in other words, you retire early, and this is the earliest you can retire and start collecting your pension. Your pension would go down from $82,500 to $50,600. Okay, you lose $32,000 basically. Okay, you don't want to do that. $32,000 just to retire 5 years early. You don't want to do that. So what you do is you can still retire early but not collect your pension. That's what you want to do. So I even said here, so why invest for your retirement when you're going to collect your pension? And I even said you can retire anytime before 67, but not take your pension until you get 67. This will allow you to collect your pension, your full pension, without a penalty. So basically what you need to do, the point of this video, is you need to start living off of your 403b, your Roth 403b. I'm going to highlight that here in blue. Okay, a Roth 403b. What a Roth means, the difference between a 403b, a traditional 403b and a Roth 403b is, a Roth means, actually talk about the traditional first. If you save $10,000 in your IRA or your 403b, okay, IRA is not through the school, but if you save $10,000 in your 403b, your traditional 403b, when you go to pay your taxes at the end of the year, you don't pay tax on that money. It's kind of sweet, right? You don't pay tax on the money. It's just like they took that money out and you're not paying tax on it, and you're investing it and you're making money on it. Now, a Roth 403b is a really good deal, especially as a young person. What happens is, yeah, okay, you're going to take $10,000, you're going to put it into a Roth 403b, and you're still going to pay tax on it. So let's say you make $50,000 a year, you're still going to make $50,000 a year, even though you took that $10,000 and you put it into a Roth 403b. The beauty of that is that from that point on, when you put that money into that Roth 403b, it grows tax-free. That is huge as a young person. It grows tax-free. So a traditional 403b, you save money, you didn't have to pay tax on it when you're 22 years old, but then as it grows, and let's say it grows from whatever, that $10,000 to $1 million, you'll pay tax now. Whenever you take that money out in, 40 years from now, you actually have to pay tax on that money. But if you put it into a Roth 401 or 403b, you already pay the tax on it, and that money grows tax-free. So then in 40 years, that money's worth $1 million. You take it out anytime you want, and you pay no taxes at all because you already paid your taxes. That is huge. Roth is huge for a young person. It really is. It's awesome. Okay? So that's what you need to do. You need to open up a Roth, and that's what this video is a little bit about too. Okay, I'll talk to you a little bit about that. So the deal is, in this nice big oval here, if you start saving at age 22 and you invest $100 a week into a mutual fund for 33 to 40 years, okay? And by the way, the average return on the stock market for the past 50 years is about 10%. Okay, so that kind of gives you an idea of your return of your investment. So if you put away, that's all I'm asking you to do, is put away $100 a week for the next 33 to 40 years. Okay, sounds like a lot of money when you multiply it out and you say, wow, it's $5,200. But if you can just be disciplined and you can put away $100 a week, and I'm going to talk about putting an extra 20 in a little bit, but you put away $100 a week, then let's look at a couple different scenarios. You want to retire at age 62. So you have 40 years of savings. So you put that $100 a week for 40 years. After compounding interest, you'll have $2.4 million in your retirement account. It's crazy. It's crazy, but you have to be a disciplined investor, and you got to put it away every week for 40 years. Okay, you got to do it. Okay, so here's the deal. Let's say you have all that money in your account, and let's say again you want to retire at 62. Remember, you can't start collecting your pension until you're 67. So what you're going to do is that pension that you would be collecting will be $82,500. Well, I'm going to collect $82,500 out of that $2.4 million. All right, and after that 5-year time, I'll still have $2 million left over. And then I start collecting my pension with an additional $2 million in my account. Okay, these numbers sound huge, but you gotta start saving early. You cannot wait. Okay, so let's go another scenario. Let's say, hey, I want to retire when I'm 60. So instead of 40 years of savings, it's 38 years of savings. Instead of $2.4 million, you're going to have $2 million saved. Okay, not too big of a deal. You're going to, again, start saving $82,500, or start collecting $82,500 from 60 to 67. So you're going to collect it a few more years than you did for the scenario above. That's fine. Now, instead of having $2 million left over, you'll have $1.4 million. That's fine. Who cares? Okay, so now you're going to have $1.4 million, and then you'll start collecting your pension of $82,500, still with an extra $1.4 million. So now we're down to 60 years old. That's pretty sweet. So let's say you want to retire even earlier than that. Let's say you want to retire sometime maybe at 55 years old. Okay. So in this next section here, it says if you want to retire before 59 and a half, by law, you can't withdraw any accumulated interest from your 403 account until you're 59 and a half. But you can withdraw the principal amount, the amount you actually invested. So basically, if you want to retire at age 55, that's my scenario here. Okay, that's 33 years of savings. You'll have $171,600 as principal. That's how much you actually invested, and you're allowed to take all that money out, okay, without any kind of penalty. But you can't touch the other $1 million. So that's how much you're going to have saved. If you save until 55 years old, you'll have $1,171,600. Okay. But you can't touch the $1 million. You can only touch the 171,600. So what's going to happen is you're going to need 4.5 years of money until you're 59 and a half, when you can start tapping into your Roth IRA. So I say you can live off the $170,000 that you put out there, right? That you start investing, but you really need to invest in a non-retirement account. Okay, that's where that extra $20 comes in. I kind of said you have to invest $120,000. If you truly want to retire when you're 55, you got to put money into a Roth IRA, 403b, but you also have to put money into just a regular Fidelity account. Okay, you still have to do your investment, but you can put $20 a week, which is not a lot of money. $20 a week, which is basically $1,000 a year for 33 years. If you do that religiously, you will have $250,000. Doesn't sound like you're putting in much, but you're putting in $1,000 a week for those 33 years. So technically you're investing $33,000, but that money with exponential growth will be worth $250,000. Okay. So now you're going to have, if you're 55 years old, you'll have this, let me kind of circle hit this here. You'll have $250,000 plus the principal of your 403b, Roth 403b. So if you add these two numbers together, that gives you your $420,000 to live off of until you're 59 and a half. Okay, so now so from 55 to 59 and a half, you'll have $420,000 to live off of, which is a huge amount of money, right? That's pretty nice. It's like it's like $100,000 a year for all those years. But let's just say, again, you withdrew $82,500 from your, or you lived off of that, and then you have $82,500 until you turn 67. So you kind of have two stages here. From 55 to 59 and a half, you'll have this $420,000. And then after that, you take another $82,500 until you turn 67. And then you'll still have $600,000 left over, and then you start collecting your $82,500 pension. Okay, you got to play a little game here, right? Figuring out how much money that you need to save. But the deal is, you got to put money into a regular account for $20 a week, and you got to put money into your Roth 403b at your $100 a week. So it's 100 plus 20 is $120 a week that you need to put away. And I want to tell you, if you can put away more than that, you're even better off. Okay. Now, obviously, you got to have a happy life, and you got to be able to, maybe go on vacation or buy a car once in a while. You got to pay for, kids' educations or maybe your education. There's a lot of things you got to spend your money on, but you got to start saving for retirement. That is so critical. Because if you wait for 10 years or 15 years or 20 years, there are a lot of people that wait until they're 30 or 35 or 40 before they think about saving for retirement. It's too late to make the big money. You can't put away $100 a week when you're 40 years old and expect to have a huge amount of money. It doesn't work that way. You got to start when you're 22 years old and then put the money away, and that's when you're going to have a lot of money. Okay? So start saving now. That's what my thing here. Start saving now into your account to have a comfortable salary. Do not wait a single year. Okay? Time makes you money. That's what it is. You put away a little bit of money, but it's truly time that is, it's going to make you a lot of money. All right. So I even kind of said here, please note these calculations are based on starting your retirement account at age 22. If you're already older than 22, then you need to increase your weekly contributions to make up for this lost time. I'm not saying if you're 23 years old, all hope is lost. It just means those numbers that I showed you in the calculation, it's based on 22. So if you are 23 or 25, maybe instead of $120, you save $130, $140. There's a lot of calculations you can do. You can come talk to me. I'd be happy to help you. But if you're just out of school and you are starting to save for retirement, 120 kind of does it. Again, save a little bit extra. Maybe every time you get a raise, you put an extra $5 a week in. right? It just keeps adding up. Every time you get a raise, put a little bit more in and money will grow really fast. Okay? All right, so let's talk a little bit about how you start up your retirement account. And basically, in order to start this up, I did some research. And again, you can access this document online too. But it tells you all the different links to go to. So I'm not even going to go through all this. I mean, you go to staff. So this is under Conant. If you're in a different school, you go to your school and you look for where it says staff, quick links, and then you do the staff intranet. Okay, so that's intranet, and keep going here. It asks you to enter your username and your password. And after you do that, it asks you for your employee authorization code, which is just your staff ID number. Okay. And you keep going here. And after you do that, you get into the staff intranet. It says payroll information. You click on that. And then you do salary deduction authorization form for Roth 403B annuity contract. Okay. So it's good. And here's the deal too. You don't need somebody else to manage your retirement account. If you have somebody else manage your retirement account, you're paying that person for it. There's nothing free in this world, okay, except for this video that I'm doing. This is kind of free, all right? But when somebody says, hey, I want to help you with your retirement account, you're paying them. You may not actually pay them directly with cash, but if you invest something, they're taking a little bit of money out of your investment every time they do something for you. Okay, or every time they reinvest something, they're taking some money out. You don't want to do that. You want to do it yourself. Okay? So, anyway, the first thing you want to do is you want to open up a Fidelity account because you need to be able to fill out the District 211 account. So you want to fill out a Fidelity account, which I'll show you in a little bit. And then you want to fill out this form and enter offices to Linda Jones at the admin building, Building 0. So put it in your office envelope and send it. And by the way, you can contribute up to $19,000, and that's 2019 when I'm doing this video. It may change, but you can invest that much money. So right now we're only looking at doing $5,200 a year, right? $100 a week. Okay, but you can do $19,000 a year. You can do almost 4 times that value, which means you could save millions of dollars if you want. Okay. And again, if you have any questions, Linda Jones is the person, extension 6661. She's the one to talk to. I put stars by, so once you download this form, these are all where the stars are. These are all the things you need to fill in. Of course, all your name and ID number and everything, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And then this next one down here, this star right over here, equal amounts of, and this is where it's per pay period. So I'm saying, if you want to do $5,200, you basically do, you can just do a little calculation here, right? And just say 5,200 divided by, and we get paid 24 times a year. So I'm just doing in my calculator right now, 5,200 divided by 24. So it's $216.67. So maybe do $220 a paycheck. Okay, so that's what you want to fill in, and once you get all this in there, put your initials there. Again, the date of the agreement, and you sign it, and then again you send it up to Linda Jones. Okay, have that all filled in. But before you do that, you really need to have your Fidelity account open because the district needs to know where to send the money. Okay, so in order to find out some information, I said steps to open an account with Fidelity. I personally like Fidelity. I originally had a Vanguard account, but then the districts didn't do Vanguard anymore. It was a really good company, but I'm not sure what happened with that. But Fidelity is they're pretty good too. Okay, but I would choose Fidelity. I even said I chose Fidelity because they don't charge any loads, which means they don't charge any fees when you buy the mutual fund, and they have very low maintenance fees. That's what I would go with if I were you. Okay. Any other account that's out there, I believe most of them they're charging a fee, or if you go with somebody who's managing your account, they're not going to put you into Fidelity. They're going to go with accounts where they charge fees, so they make money. Okay. All right. Anyway, if you do a Google and you type in Fidelity space 403 space B just like it is there, this is what's going to come up with, and you're going to find one of them that's going to say plan options, nonprofit organization. This is the one you want to click on. Okay, it should be there. Okay, if it's not, scroll down a little bit, but it should be there. Okay, so this is the first thing that's going to come up after you click on it. And you're going to click on, it says enrolling is fast and easy, so you want to click here to enroll. Okay, we keep going down here, and it's going to bring you to the enrollment. You want to type in your Social Security. It's the only time you really want to give out your Social Security number because you have to open it up. It's kind of how it works with open up a retirement account. And then the plan ID, which is the district plan ID, you want to enter in 55991. Okay, and basically that'll get you started. So really quickly, these are my allocations. Bill Amoruso is a friend of mine who was a math teacher with me, and he left teaching. He retired. I'm sure he had a good retirement account as well. Smart man. And he actually helped me put together where I needed to invest my money. So he's my friend and my financial whiz. So I meet with him every once in a while, but he kind of put this together for me. So I think this is a good suggestion for you guys too. Again, total market index, you kind of just have to look up the codes, and basically what you're going to do is you're going to tell Fidelity, because Fidelity is going to say, hey, where do you want to invest this money? Okay, they're not going to tell you how much money you're going to invest, because that's the district sending the money, but they're going to say, hey, when we get this chunk of money, where do you want it to go? And so with me, I said, hey, I want it to go 40% to total market index, 20% to international growth, 15% to low price stock, 12% to small cap growth, growth company 10%, and emerging markets 3%. It's a diversified portfolio, and some years it may do well, some years it may not, but in the course of the long term, especially the total market index, that is an average of 10% growth. Okay, so that's kind of all the information here, guys. And so the end of this video, it says open your retirement account today. You got to start now. If you don't start now and you wait for a few years, you're never going to make the big money, or you're going to have to start putting away a lot of money to catch up. Okay, and you want to start making the big money, but you need to start saving for retirement. Okay, you can count on your pension, but your pension's not going to kick in until 67. It's a long time from now. If you want to retire at 55 or maybe at 60, you have to start putting money away into your. And by the way, again, this is opening up an account for a 403B, Roth 403B with Fidelity. But if you want to start saving that extra money, that extra $10 or $20 or $30 a week, so you can retire when you're 55 instead of 60, that's when you need to open up a separate Fidelity account, and not a retirement account, a regular Fidelity account, and just start putting money away. And you'll do the same thing, except it's not going to come right from the district. You're going to have to actually, I'm sure you can have it automatically withdrawn from a checking account, because you don't want to do that. Nobody writes a check anymore. Okay, but you have it automatically withdrawn I'm sure it could be every week or maybe every month, but you want to start putting away an additional $20, $1,000 a year into a retirement account so you can retire when you're 55. Okay, again, if you have any questions, email me skurfess, SKURFESS at d211.org, and I'd be happy to answer any questions for you. Or you can meet with me if you're a Conan. I'd love to meet with you. You can send me an email, and we can meet sometime during free period, before school, after school. I'm here to help you guys out, and I'm here to help you set yourself up for retirement. Okay? Thanks a lot, retirement fans. Have a good career. Bye-bye.